Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to Thursday. As you can see, I'm back in school today. That's how dedicated I am. I don't even need to be here today, but I thought I'd come in anyway. I've got a couple of phone calls, bits and pieces to do. And I thought now's a good opportunity to do my video with a few students taking part. Now, they don't want to be known by their real names. So I said I'd call Ellie Barry. And Amy, Molly and Jack are going to be known as Boggis, Bunce and Bean. Okay? So, sorry, everyone knows your names now. Boggis, Bunce and Bean and Barry. There we go. Right. So, as per the previous days, 10 questions. I will put those up in a moment. Pause it, do the questions. I'll put the answers up, pause it, mark them. Then I'll go through each one by one. Remember, look back at the previous days. Should be using your good quality notes now to enable you to do most of these independently. So, good luck.
No.
Okay, welcome back. I'm not sure how much a good idea it was to come to school because I'm getting a lot of stick from Boggis, Bunce and Bean and Barry about my handwriting and the fact that I can't see my head in some videos. Hopefully this is all set up nicely. They're laughing at me now as well, it's outrageous. Right, let's go through. Let's start at number 1. So it's multiply. I've got 2 1/3 times 1 3/4. 2 1/3 times 1 1/4. Is that right? 1 3/4. There you go. Right, so as we know, first off we need to convert this to improper. Jack, do you know how to do that? Oh, sorry, Boggis, do you know how to do that?
No.
No. Okay, so we do big times bottoms, add tops, okay? Barry will know that because she's in my maths class and sometimes I break out into songs. So 2 times 3 is 6, add 1 is 7, and it's thirds. Times 1 times 4 is 4, add 3 is 7. Okay, so now I can just do 7 times 7, which is 49, and 3 times 4, which is 12. Am I happy with that answer? Is there anything I need to do?
Convert it.
Convert it back to what?
Mixed fraction.
Perfect, thank you. So I'll do that. What question do I need to ask myself?
How many times would 12 go into 49?
Thank you. 12 into 49 goes 4, that's 48. So I've got 4, 48, 49 is 1 left over, 1 what? 1, 12. Okay. Got your pen? Right, simplify. 10 x to the power 6 divided by 2x to the power of 2. Okay, so with this we know big numbers, we do the divide. 10 divided by 2 is 5. What does this mean when we're talking about the powers? Take away. So 6 take away 2 is 4. So it's to the power 4. Again, hopefully that's all pretty straightforward now. Now you know the rules, now you know the laws, you just apply them and it's all hunky-dory. Next up, the gradient of the line y add 4x equals 10. Y add 4x equals 10. So, we want this to look like y equals, don't we? Okay, so what have I got at the moment next to the y's that I don't want?
4.
Good, 4 what?
X.
Good, how do I get rid of 4x?
Minus it.
Good man, minus it. Right, what I do to one side? Thank you. So we've got y equals 10 minus 4x. So that now looks like the equation of a straight line because it's a y equals. Okay, so y equals 10 minus 4x. And the gradient is the gradients we're looking for. Yep, and the gradient is always next to the x. So the gradient is going to be minus 4. Well done.
Why not minus 4,
Okay, it's just minus 4.
Yeah.
What's next? Solve 2x over 5. 2x over 5 add 2 equals 1. Cool. So first thing I need to do is to good, get rid of the positive 2. Opposite of add 2 is minus 2. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. So that leaves 2x over 5. 1 take away 2 is minus 1. Okay, next up we need to get rid of this divide by 5. Opposite of divide by 5 is times by 5, thank you. And what I do to one side I do to the other. That then leaves me with, remember, timesing that just cancels it out. So it leaves 2x by itself. Minus 1 times 5 is minus 5. Okay, negative times a positive is a negative. So 2x equals minus 5. Now I need to divide by the number of x's. I'm going to divide by 2. So I'm going to get x equals, well, minus 5 divided by 2 is minus 2.5.
Why can't you times it by 5 first?
You could times it by 5 first, but you have to times everything else as well. Okay, you just stick to that one way, and it's kind of a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more simple. What's next? Factorise 4y squared and 2y. 4y squared and 2y. What does factorise mean? Just not know, just I don't know. Can't remember. Okay, factorise mean? Puts it into a bracket. Okay, so you couldn't remember what factorise means. Now you've been reminded it means to put it back into a bracket. Can you remember at least what goes on the outside?
I don't know what it's called.
Okay, try and explain.
Well, I know how to do factorising.
Okay, cool.
Not 100% on the term.
Okay, that's no worries. So what's going to go outside my bracket? Can you tell me?
4.
4?
1. I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. Don't worry.
2y.
2. Why is 2y going to go outside my bracket?
Because it's common in both of them.
Good. 2y appears here and here. It's the highest common factor. So your notes will be, first thing will be put back into a bracket, and your second note will be the highest common factor goes on the outside, okay? So, highest common factor of 4y squared and 2y is 2y. And then you ask yourself the question, 2y times what gets me 4y squared? Well, let's deal with the numbers first. 2 times what is 4? 2. Y times what is y squared? Y. Perfect. 2y times what is 2y? 1. Okay, simple as that. How do I check my answer?
You expand it.
I'll expand it. Expand it and you'll get that. Cool, well done. Next up, the 30th term, 100 minus 2n. Okay, so on the 30th term, the term I'm looking for becomes my...
I don't know.
Not sure? Okay, you're clearly not watching these videos. Okay, the term I'm looking for becomes my n. Well done. Okay, so if I want the 30th term, this becomes 100 minus 2n means 2 times n. Okay, well if n is 30, what's 2 times 30? 60. 100 minus 60 is 40. Okay. Again, really simple maths, but you have to know the term you're looking for becomes your n. If you don't know that, you can't access it. If you do know it, it suddenly becomes a really easy question, doesn't it? Round 0.305, what's it wanted to 1 decimal place. So that's my first decimal place. It's followed by 0. Okay, so if it's followed by a number which is less than 5, what happens to this one?
It goes less.
Doesn't go less, it...
Higher.
No,
The same.
it stays the same, yeah, okay? If it's a 5 or above, here, that would go up. If it's less than a 5, it stays the same. Okay, so the answer is just 0.3. So your notes, okay, you'll need to write, okay, 5 or more equals up, 4 or less equals stays the same. Okay, little note in green, so next lesson when you look back you go, oh yeah. Okay, you become independent. Then after a couple of times of doing these, you will not need to look back and you would have learnt it. Work out 8,192 divided by 32. So I'm going to use bus stop method, 8192, decimal points in, and it's divided by 32. So as ever, I'm saying to write down the 32 times table first, up to 10. Okay, so the 10th one is going to be what? Nice one, 320. What's the 5th one going to be? It's going to be half of that, isn't it? 160. Okay, so that's just two nice little points where I can check that I'm getting this right. So 1 times 32 is 32. Next one's going to be 64. Next one's going to be 96. Next one's going to be 128. Next one's going to be?
It's there already.
It's there already, perfect. And I know that's right because look, 32 and that gets me 160. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth one is going to be 192. Next one? 124. Next one?
124.
Sorry? Oh, sorry. Yeah, nice one. Next one?
256.
Nice. Next one?
288.
Next one? He's already there. Okay. So spend your time doing that. Make sure you're happy. And now this should be easy. So what's the first question I'm going to ask myself?
How many times is that?
Good. How many 32s go into 8? How many 32s go into 8?
0.
None. So what do I do with my 8? Carry it. How many 32s go into 81?
2.
2. So 2 times 32 is 64. 81 minus 64 is 17.
Yeah.
Okay. How many 32s go into 179? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 160, 179. What's left over? 19. 32s into 192?
7.
6. The answer is 256. Okay, quite a hard question, made pretty simple because we did it applying logic and methodically as well. Well done. Okay, what's next? Decrease £125. So you've got £125 and we're going to decrease it by 15%. So we're decreasing it by 15%. So what's the first percentage I'm going to work out?
10.
10, nice one. To find 10%, how do I find 10%?
Divided by 10.
Divide it by 10, or Mr. Birch, no maths method. What would I do with my decimal point?
Move it.
Move it one place left. So 10% is going to be £12.50. So if I know what 10% is, what do I do to 10% to find 5%?
Half it.
Nice one, well done. Okay, so 5% is going to be, so what's half of £12? £6. What's half of 50 pence? 25 pence. So I know 15% is going to be 5, 7, 8 and 1. £18.75. So go back to the question. It's all sometimes you kind of do that far and you put that as the answer. Okay, because you kind of got carried away and you've forgotten the question. The question was to decrease it. So I need to do my £125 minus my £18.75. Notice how I line things up so I'm not going to make a mistake. 0 take away 5, can I do it?
No, take it
No, so I have to borrow it from it. There's nothing there though. What do I do?
from, carry it from 5.
Good, I'll take it from there and I'll pass it to there.
Take it from there.
Take it from there and pass it to there. Beautiful, well done. 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 7 is 2. 4 take away 8.
Carry it from 2.
Good, so that becomes 1. 14 take away 8 is 6. 1 take away 1 is 0. And then you've got your 1. So you've got £106.25. Okay. Pretty cool maths that, isn't it? Right, last question. I think it's the last one, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got estimate 54.3 times 19.4 divided by 0.45. So, estimate. What does estimate mean? What do you have to do if you estimate?
One significant figure.
One significant figure. So, Boggis, is that closer to 50 or 60?
50.
50. So it becomes 50. Is that closer to 10 or 20?
20.
20. Is that closer to 0.5 or 1?
1. Oh wait, 0.5.
0.5. Okay. So now let's remember bid maths.
Multiplication slides.
B, brackets, indices, divide and multiply, add and subtract. Okay. So this is where some people go wrong. Divide and multiply, you do what comes first, left to right. Okay, so 50 times 20. So that could be quite tricky. So in my mind, I do 50 times 10. What's 50 times 10? 500. So 50 times 10 is 500. To times it by 20, I'll just double that. So it's 1,000. 1,000 divided by 0.5. I said it in my video a day or two ago. Dividing by 0.5 is the same as doubling it. Same as timesing by 2. So same as timesing by 2, it just becomes 2,000. Now if you don't know that, you can just times this side by 10. So it becomes divided by 5 and times that side by 10 as well. Okay, and then you kind of do it the normal way. Okay. Any questions? Anyone not happy with any of the ones that I've been through there? All good? Wonderful. I forgot my Reeboks. So I'm wearing blue today. So I wore blue Reeboks. I'm not that flexible. Can't really. I don't know if the video can see these.
I'll kick it off.
So blue Reeboks. I'm trying it. I'm not that flexible. There we go. Pretty nice. Thank you, Mr. K. Nice blue Reeboks today. I'm wearing blue socks as well. It's a bit of a blue thing. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Have a good one. Bye bye.